Good evening and welcome to Doordarshan Kendra, Kohima. I am Kevino Naprautu with the news. First, the headlines. Prime Minister Modi says India making remarkable strides in world of space powered by skills of 140 crore citizens. Baptist College Kohima celebrates Foundation Day under the theme Striving Towards Excellence. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar assures trade negotiations with US are still on. And Minister of State for Space Dr. Jitendra Singh says opening up the space sector for the private sector was the greatest reform done in the last 11 years. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said today that India is rapidly advancing in breakthrough technologies like semi-cryogenic engines and electric propulsion and will soon launch the Gaganyaan mission. The Prime Minister asserted that in the coming times, India will build its own space station. In a video message, the Prime Minister extended greetings to everyone associated with the space sector, including scientists and all the youth, on the occasion of National Space Day. Modi said that in a short time, National Space Day has become an occasion of enthusiasm and attraction among the youth. He added that the space sector is achieving one milestone after another, and in the last 11 years, the government has implemented many reforms in the space sector. Modi mentioned that space tech is also becoming a part of governance in India, with crop insurance schemes involving satellite-based assessments, fishermen receiving safety information through satellites, disaster management support and the use of geospatial data in the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. The Prime Minister further highlighted that India's progress in the space sector today is making the lives of ordinary citizens easier.
इंटरनेशनल स्पेस स्टेशन पर तिरंगा फहराकर हर भारतीय को गर्व से भर दिया। आज भारत सेमी क्रायोजेनिक इंजन और इलेक्ट्रिक प्रोपल्शन जैसी ब्रेक थ्रू टेक्नोलॉजी में तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहा है। जल्द ही आप सब वैज्ञानिकों की मेहनत से भारत गगनयान की उड़ान भी भरेगा।
Baptist College Kohima celebrated its Foundation Day today at the Baptist High Auditorium under the theme Striving Towards Excellence. The event was graced by Salhutunio Kruse, Minister for Women Resource Development and Horticulture, as the guest of honor. In her address, Kruse congratulated the institution for over 4 decades of service in providing quality Christian education since its establishment in 1982 by the Angami Baptist Churches Council, ABCC. She emphasized that education must shape ethical, innovative and socially responsible leaders, reminding students that society expects them to be thinkers, leaders and change makers. Highlighting the need to adapt to rapid technological change, she urged students and teachers to embrace advancements such as artificial intelligence responsibly. Kruse further encouraged the college to apply for autonomous status and to introduce more professional and career-oriented courses to address the challenge of educated unemployment in Nagaland. Quoting Proverbs 1:7, she reminded students to remain grounded in values while pursuing success. The celebration began with candle lighting, followed by the college anthem presented by the BCK choir. Members of the first batch shared reflections on the college journey, while the staff presented a special song titled In Pursuit of Excellence, A Journey Remembered.
Devoted their time to provide us the best education. Since our enrollment was low,
environmental and cultural change, the role of the institution have become even more critical. My dear students, remind yourself that you are the future of tomorrow. Our society expects you to be thinkers, leaders, and change makers. Your ideas, skill, and innovations will determine the direction of our society. As students, prepare yourself and challenge the
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said that negotiations between India-US trades are still going on. He said that the government is committed to defend the interests of farmers and small producers of the country. Addressing ET world leaders from Forum 2025 in New Delhi today, the minister said India is clear about its red lines in negotiations with the United States and will make decisions in its national interest. On oil imports and sanctions, the minister said it is presented as an oil issue, but it is still not applied to the largest importer, China. He said arguments used to target India have not been applied to China. He stressed India's strategic autonomy, saying that the decisions taken are in the national interest. He said government is giving special emphasis on self-reliance, Atmanirbhar Bharat. He said the recent experience has taught that not to be excessively dependent on a single supply chain or a single country source. Dr. Jaishankar said recent experience has also taught not to be dependent on a single market. He said it is not just from the sourcing to the production, but it is also from the production to the market. Speaking on India-Pakistan relations, Dr. Jaishankar said, on the issue of mediating since the 1970s, for more than 50 years now, there is a national consensus in this country that India do not accept mediation in its relations with Pakistan. Following intense rainfall late last night in Tharali Tehsil of Chamoli district in Uttarakhand, relief and rescue operations are currently underway. The sudden downpour caused a surge in the Tunri stream, resulting in debris entering several homes, including parts of the Tharali market area. In a swift response to the extreme rainfall, teams from the district administration and the disaster management department have been actively engaged in relief and rescue efforts. District Magistrate Sandeep Tiwari is present at the disaster-affected area, overseeing the ongoing operations. Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami has directed concerned authorities to intense relief and rescue efforts in Tharali. He held telephonic conversations with local representatives from Chamoli district to assess the extent of the damage. In response to the damage caused by the heavy rains, the district magistrate has issued orders to temporarily operate damaged buildings and the Tehsil office from the Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam's guest house and office premises in Kulsari, as well as the Garhwal Mandal Vikas Nigam office in Dewal. These locations have also been designated as temporary relief shelters for the affected residents. On the other hand, the Karna-Prayag Gwaldam road has suffered damage at multiple points due to the torrential rains. Restoration work is being carried out on a priority basis. Meanwhile, the MET department has issued a warning for heavy rainfall across various parts of the state over the next 2 days. Minister of State for Space, Dr. Jitendra Singh, has said opening up the space sector for the private sector was the greatest reform done in the last 11 years. Addressing second National Space Day function in New Delhi today, Dr. Singh said, with the mantra of reform, perform and transform, the space sector is moving ahead. He said, even during Operation Sindoor, the world witnessed India's space and technology capabilities. Dr. Singh said 2 years ago, India's Chandrayaan mission landed on the moon's south pole, making India the first country to do so. He said it sent a message to the world that India has arrived and is no longer a follower. Astronaut Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla said, India has some very big ambitions going forward with the Gaganyaan mission, the Bharatiya Antariksh Station, and eventually landing on the moon. He said the Japanese and the European space agencies are also excited about the mission. Mr. Shukla said this is the golden period for the country as far as space exploration is concerned. ISRO Chairman Dr. V. Narayanan said by 2040, Indian space program will be at par with any other space program of the world. He said one by one missions are scheduled, like Chandrayaan 4 mission and the Venus Orbiter mission. Dr. Narayanan said India is going to have a space station called Bharatiya Antariksh Station by 2035, and the first module will be lifted off by 2028. He said the Prime Minister has given approval for an NGL next generation launcher. Let us now take a short break.
वीडियो लाइक करने के पैसे मिलेंगे सो इजी
अनजान लिंक्स पर क्लिक मत कीजिए। आरबीआई कहता है
जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए। वीडियो लाइक करने के पैसे मिलेंगे सो इजी
अनजान लिंक्स पर क्लिक मत कीजिए। आरबीआई कहता है
जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Welcome back. In Bihar, a national summit on technical textiles and Viksit Bharat was held at Patna to discuss the contribution and role of technical textiles in the growth story of India. During the event organized at Gyan Bhavan in Patna, the role of synthetic fibers in different sectors was discussed by industry bodies, government departments, startups, researchers, and other stakeholders. Experts and different stakeholders described that technical textiles are a critical sector for strengthening infrastructure, healthcare, agriculture, environment sustainability, and innovation for the fast development of the country. Union Minister of Textiles Giriraj Singh, Union Minister of State for Textiles Pavitra Margharita, Rural Development Minister of Bihar Shravan Kumar also addressed the event. The Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI) has carried out raids at the premises linked to Anil Ambani in Mumbai in connection with an alleged bank fraud that caused a loss of over 2,000 crore rupees to the State Bank of India (SBI). The case involves an alleged fraud that resulted in a loss of 2,000 crore rupees to the State Bank of India. The raid comes following a complaint by the State Bank of India, which classified the company and its promoter as fraud on June 13. The classification was in line with RBI's master directions on fraud risk management and the bank's own policy framework. US President Donald Trump has announced the appointment of his close aide Sergio Gore as the next US ambassador to India and special envoy for South and Central Asian affairs. Making the announcement through a post on Truth Social, President Trump said, "For the most populous region of the world, he needs someone whom he can fully trust to deliver on his agenda and help make America great again." The US President said Sergio will make an incredible ambassador. Gore has played a central role in Trump's administration, overseeing the vetting of senior personnel choices across government. Beyond politics, Gore has close ties to the Trump family. He co-founded Winning Team Publishing with Donald Trump Jr., the publishing house behind two of the president's books. Gore will remain in his current White House role until confirmed by the Senate. Gore will succeed Eric Garcetti, who served as ambassador from 11th of May 2023 to 20th of January this year. Before Garcetti, Kenneth Jester held the role from 23rd November 2017 to 20th of January 2021. Since Garcetti's exit, interim charge d'affaires Jorgen De Andrews has been leading the US Embassy in India, taking over on 20th of January this year. And now let us look at the weather reports of the district headquarters of Nagaland.
Kohima today recorded a maximum temperature of 25 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius, while Dimapur had a maximum temperature of 31 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. Wokha experienced a maximum temperature of 26 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 22 degrees Celsius. Mokokchung had a maximum temperature of 27 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius. Mon had a maximum temperature of 29 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 22 degrees Celsius. Towards the east, Twinsang had a maximum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 17 degrees Celsius. Zinabuto had a maximum temperature of 24 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. Phak had a maximum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 17 degrees Celsius. That's all for the weather report.
To end the news, here is a recap of the main points. Prime Minister Modi says India making remarkable strides in world of space powered by skills of 140 crore citizens. Baptist College Kohima celebrates Foundation Day under the theme Striving Towards Excellence. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar assures trade negotiations with US are still on. And Minister of State for Space Dr. Jitendra Singh says opening up the space sector for the private sector was the greatest reform done in the last 11 years. With this, we have come to